Okay, you're welcome back to the blog on Cool TV, and we have the article that we have all been waiting for.
What have we been waiting for?
Article.
Not article, but article.
TT article.
I like that.
Nice. Oh, that was fantastic.
Article.
Oh, okay, this is still the blog on Cool TV, and we still have Zil with us. And
luckily, you still have Zil with you.
do we still have Zil with us? Do we really still have
Half of him.
Okay. Hopefully the other half.
Well, you've heard about us.
Right
You
now.
see us all over your TV screen. Why are you acting brand new like you don't know what the blog is about? Come on.
Food talk traumatizes me.
You don't really like food, do you?
No, I don't.
This is why we can't be friends.
Really?
I mean, it's just one of those things. It's one of those things you really have to do to survive, and that's it. It's like taking a dump. You have to do it.
Your wife is really going to enjoy you, trust me.
No, like people like this are the most picky when it comes to food.
No, I'm very. You can take me to a restaurant. I eat something I like. I could go back to that restaurant 10 times and order exactly the same thing.
You just eat to survive.
It's what I like. I mean, let's try this. Why? I like it. I know I like it. I will eat it. You bring the other one, I may or may not like it. There's no upside. There's only
might
downside.
be a boring
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Huh?
Wow.
Imagine me going on a date with your own direct frustration.
On food?
Order
whatever you want. I'm not going to date with you.
Or maybe you make up for it in other
whatever you
places.
want, but leave me to eat what.
But that means you're probably easy at home. Your wife just cooks the same eba and soup. One kind of soup.
No, she doesn't. She actually likes to cook and she likes to try things.
But you don't eat her food.
I have to eat. I have to
You
eat.
have to.
I
But
have to eat.
do you show excitement when you eat her food?
Of course.
Nice.
Trauma.
And the food is nice. The food is nice when she cooks and all that. But in terms of going out and then you give me this whole menu that is 5-6 pages, I can't.
Wow. You're the
Just put it
first in the
aside.
world.
Wow.
No, I'm not. I know a lot of people like me.
Okay.
Questions that women wish they knew about men. So last week, we answered some pressing questions that many men wish they knew about women. Now, if you missed it, head on over to YouTube, Cool TV, youtube.com/Cool TV Nigeria, and get in on some of the world's best kept secrets. So right now, we are going to be dedicating the next few minutes to the women, and to make it even more informative, we asked a few men on the streets. Did we?
Did we? Before the day.
Did we ask a few
I had
men?
a feeling, a very strong feeling. He did not read the script.
But you know the funny thing? It's not only that she didn't, be thanking God she didn't read it, because she even helped to correct the background. Because from what I'm seeing, we ask a few men on the streets and also invite a male. Wow.
Anyways, we've invited a male.
Past tense.
A male man. We have Zil with us, and he's going to sit with us, and we're going to try to understand the way the simply complicated mind of a man works.
Oh.
Number one question, why are men never satisfied?
Zil.
For example, you have like a hot woman, you know, but yet you still want to look outside. That's sort of satisfaction.
Why is
Look
it?
at Titi's face.
Why are men never satisfied?
Please, you need to define satisfied.
She
What
just
do you
gave me
mean?
an example.
We're not talking about, you know, that
Physical
kind
attraction.
of satisfaction. Like when
I love
you have
the
a
length
hot
of your
woman, you
Yeah.
know, you're seeing a hot woman, she
Yeah.
gives you everything you need, but yet you still feel you need
Giving you
to
everything you need.
wander outside and check out what's going on with other female folk.
Why do you misconstrue that to a lack of satisfaction?
So what's
It's
the
a
okay
lot of
now?
satisfaction.
So then what is it then? What does it boil down
No,
to?
but we just finished talking about food. You said, Ayo said, you have a technique for consuming as much as possible. Whether you're satisfied or not is irrelevant. Just that you must finish the food on your plate, right?
Whoa, where are we going
Whoa,
with this
I'm
conversation?
just saying.
What?
So now women are
Wait.
food that should be explored.
Exactly.
We're not talking about women, we're talking about Ayo and
Power
her
to
eating
the
habits.
women, everywhere you are around the world, lift your hands.
This is the same Biafran song now.
Oh, okay, all right.
I refuse.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not, you're not eating more because you are not satisfied.
Okay, so back to the women.
Okay, so
So
why?
back to I'm asking you a question. Why do you say that if a man does that, it is because he's not satisfied?
So why is it
Okay, so
doing
then
that?
why is
Educate
it?
us.
Please help
Exactly.
us,
Correct
yeah.
us if it's not
It
you know,
could
a
be
lack of satisfaction.
greed.
Greed is lack of satisfaction.
Not quite the same thing. It's you're satisfied and
But
you
you
want
want
more. That's greed beyond satisfaction. So it's
Okay.
not because he's not satisfied. So that,
Hey.
So it's still a vice, however you
So
look
what
at
kind
it.
I'm not, yeah, it's a vice, but
you're-
it's
you're
not.
good then.
So that it depends on a particular man. If he's just greedy, he's just greedy. there's nothing that you can do to change that.
No, but
So
are
again,
what it
really
is.
It depends on what you mean by wander around. Because wander around, are you talking about
Cheating.
sleeping around?
Yeah.
Or are you talking
Cheating,
about
yes.
looking
No,
around?
even
No,
looking.
sleeping
No, even
around.
involves looking. So, okay,
Looking and sleeping.
Looking is we can
okay.
you know give them
Cheating.
looking, but
The
cheating,
actual
actual
act, yeah.
sleeping with
Like you
other
see a
women.
man, you're like, you hear he cheated on his wife, and his wife is all that and a bag of chips.
Yeah.
Okay, let me give you an example. And I hate this question because you're forcing me to sound like I'm justifying what I don't agree with. But I'm the only male
perspective.
here, so I have to. Now, if a man sees a woman for the first time, average man, just average man, he's very likely going to size her up. She's either attractive or not or whatever. He's going to size her up. It's visual, okay? Now, after a while, for some guys, couple of seconds, couple of minutes, couple of months, but it's a matter of time. It will certainly happen. When he looks at her, the first thing he sees is not how she looks. And that, so you see this hot woman, that's not what he sees. What he sees may be completely different. So
Maybe
you
a
see,
chicken or...
Well, a hot chicken. Of familiarity.
no. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example.
Interesting.
I've heard a lot of stories, and we've seen them in the papers, where a man with this stunning wife has slept with his housemaid, right? And you see the housemaid, and you're wondering, you won't even look at her twice. Why? So you need to understand, something attracted him to her, or something repelled him from his wife, or both.
I like zeal.
Or both. Now, let me
Zeal
tell
is a
you.
wise man.
Interesting.
Let me tell you what attracted him to the house help. Men have an affinity for subservience.
I agree.
Okay?
I agree.
So a man goes out, comes back from work at 1 a.m., bangs on the door, the house help opens the door and says, welcome. Does not say, where are you coming from? Where have you been? Da, 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 which a wife is entitled to do. It is her right. But the house help doesn't do that. If the man tells the house help at 1 a.m., I'm hungry, she goes to the kitchen, she makes food.
No,
Take
no,
my
my
bag.
house.
Take the bag upstairs. No, she just, that's her job. Her job is to obey, and she does
Yes.
Cater to him.
And that, whether we like it or not, even, I'm sure even women, there's an attractive quality in somebody just
But
serving.
the men that
and
the
not,
women are worshipping, and they are even kneeling down to feed them, and they put the food in their mouth, that are still looking around and
Yes.
cheating.
And
Like
they're
I
looking
said-
at the bad
Explanation.
girls instead of those girls.
Yes.
Yeah, they're looking for the ones that will say, "My
Sometimes
God, we
it's
shut
the
up there."
reverse. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think it's
Again,
different forms,
I'm
different
trying, I'm holding myself back from saying a lot
Say
of
it,
things
please,
because
Zio.
I don't want to justify what I don't agree with.
Okay, so I get what you're saying.
But is
because
this
it's
why-
giving excuses?
Is this why
Yeah.
people are, according to stereotype, I don't agree. But according to some people, this is why people are scared of Calabar women, because they, no, I mean it in the context.
Gloria, you want to wait? Are you sure you want to go on?
No, but it's true though. It's true.
I'm from your place now.
In my
I
head.
didn't say anything.
No, let me explain. Because they are known to be great cooks,
Yes.
and they clean, they clean
house.
well.
And they're
They're
also known to be very good in the bedroom.
So they're mostly help.
Aha, that one too.
Let's summarize. So they are good
No, I didn't
and
say that.
trained in how to serve a man.
Yeah.
And don't forget, a man is, in my opinion, 80% ego. A man's
So
ego.
you want us to just be meek and humble?
There's a
stroking
balance.
your
No. There's a balance, and the successful wives know how to play that balance. Once you know, let me give you a random example. A man comes back from work at 8:30. He's dead tired, right? And immediately he walks in, his wife hands him something and says, "This needs to be returned before 9 o'clock today. You need to take it back." The man will resent it. You're not considerate. That's all the things that will go on his head. You're not considerate. I'm tired. You don't care about my welfare.
nagging.
You're nagging. You're sending. That's what he's going to think, and he's going to resent it, and chances are he won't do it. Okay? Now, if the woman comes out and says, "Oh my gosh, you're coming back so late. You must be really tired. This thing needs to be returned, but I know you're too tired to drive. Give me the key, and I will return it." Most men will refuse and tell you, "Get in the car, let's go." So wise women know how to play that balance. The important thing is you get what you want, right? So
I see how you're like listening, watching a podcast.
Second question. We have about 5
I think we should
questions.
extend this, honestly.
Yeah, what I think
Yeah,
we should break
scrap
this
the
into
food
2
thing.
parts.
I think so. Why don't we?
And then
you
we'll
just
do
ignore the
one
food
next
part.
week.
I was going to say it
value in
anyway,
that.
but nice. Oh,
Yeah. Okay, so because this is so in-depth and so good, we're actually going to break this into 2 parts. So we're going to do some questions today, and next week we'll continue some questions. Is that fine by everybody?
yeah.
I'll be
I agree.
available. Are you available next week?
Are you talking to me?
No, we're doing that now.
We can do it now. Just break it up.
Oh, Ayo goes to next week.
You want him to just come to the show every Friday? Is that what you want?
I love.
I had a blonde moment.
Right.
Why
It's
did you
okay.
even have to tell people you're going to do that? You could have just thought about it and done it.
Yeah, and done it instead of explaining.
Exactly,
No, that's not good
explaining-
presenting.
Yeah,
But I thought about it and I was going to
Ayo,
discuss
when you
it.
go to the School of Journalism.
Exact production, lady.
Number 2 question. What's really the way to a man's heart? Money, sex, or food?
Sex for most men these days.
Can you answer? Are you a man?
The ones that are using jazz with
Oh,
this.
can we see
So
that
have the
again?
picture again.
3 is chest.
Sorry, if it is what Titi says it is, which is sexual intercourse.
3 is
Who
chest.
said?
3 is
How?
chest.
How?
Wow.
His heart.
Oh, very literal.
Wow. That had nothing to do with the researcher, but if you're talking about sexual intercourse or intimacy, Titi, I'm trying to be politically, trying to be NBC worthy. But anyway, if that's what you're talking about, then why is it that some women I've heard feel the need to use jazz in addition to the sexual intimacy?
I don't think you can sleep your way into a man's heart.
So it's not about
What I'm
that.
saying is that some bad girls be getting married these days compared to the good girls. You hear, I actually hear, I've
But
heard
it doesn't
like
mean
3
it's
different
true
guys
that-
say,
So let me ask you
I
a
was
question.
with her
What's a
because-
bad girl? Who is a bad girl?
I need the bad
Well,
girl.
by bad girl, I mean a girl that had, say you knew that had several partners.
Okay.
You know that she's not treating this guy well. I mean, she extorts him, but the guy is still
Okay.
in love with her anyway.
Okay, so a bad girl is somebody that has had multiple partners over a period of time.
As I'm
And
saying at the
she's
same
rude,
time,
mean.
she's
Not necessarily just over a time, whether they
Yeah.
say multiple partners. A good girl is somebody that's had less.
well, I'm not
Okay,
saying
so
a
a
good girl.
bad girl is somebody that has more experience in dealing with men.
Oh, is
So
that
it-
more experience? Even when you're extorting them.
I think
tell
the more you deal with something, the more experience. I mean,
Let me give
have
you
you
an
read The
example.
Outliers?
Let me give you an- I have a
Anything you've
friend.
done for 10,000 hours.
Titi has met a
Wait,
match.
let me give you an example. I had a friend that said, oh, she was speaking to some guy. His mom died, and he was supposed to give her, this was a long time ago, 100K, and I'm saying we're naive, we're young girls then. And so the man was like, oh, I'm so sorry, my mom died, I've been in the village. And she was like, is that my business? Is that why I didn't send the money we were supposed to send? I was shocked. Do you know the next day, this money was in her account?
Yes.
And I don't know, and today they're married, actually.
He's one in a million kind of guy. He's one in a million kind of guy. Those kind of guys exist. Yes, I know that. I have a word for them. I can't remember now. It's Friday. When my brain remembers, I'll remind you. But it's not a good word.
She used to actually jump to slap him because he was very tall. In public places. she
Titi,
would
I
jump-
sure it wasn't you.
She said they are married because I would
She's
say
married now.
Okay.
Well, let me tell you. Now you've said that, I can summarize it. He was in an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
That's it. He was.
Or he was jazzed.
Think of it the other way around. Imagine a girl came to you and said, "My mom died. I told my boyfriend, and he told me it's not his business. I should go ahead and send him the money, and I did." What would you say?
I would think he's crazy.
He or she?
Oh,
He.
well, he.
Titi, you're in the
And then,
spot today.
and then she says, "Oh, sometimes he slaps me." I mean, abuse is abuse.
Yeah.
The poor guy, his name, is an abusive relationship. And when you're in an abusive relationship, you tend to be intimidated, and so you just do what the other person wants. Okay, so it's possible that these bad girls you're talking about have learned how to either intimidate their guys, or they know how to make the guys do what they want one way or the other.
So they're abusive.
Could be.
Okay.
So the guys are
that's really
victims.
the way to a man's heart. We haven't
Exactly.
answered this
So
question.
money, sex, or food? Because they say food is the way to a man's heart. Obviously not yours.
Now, obviously.
I don't think there's a way to a man's
Me too.
heart
I don't
by
believe in
any
that
of
thing.
those three. Maybe if you gave 40 or 50 options, I'll be able to pick one. Those three,
Or maybe a
no.
combination.
So what is the way?
There's no
like
way.
I've technically answered your question before. A man is, my opinion, mostly ego. If you play to his ego, you have him. A man will always have a soft spot for anyone that he feels is That's why you hear of stories of somebody married a secretary, somebody slept with the house help, this person an air hostess. Why? Suppose that. So why do men go? And then women have this overly exaggerated opinion that men are intimidated by successful women. I think it's NBC. Sorry, I thought it. I didn't say it. I think it's rubbish.
I think it's
rubbish. It's
absolute. A real man
rubbish.
should not be intimidated by a woman's success.
It's not about a real man or a fake man or no. What it is simple. A woman, anybody, man, woman that is successful. Success has a baggage.
Yeah.
Part of it to be successful means you are usually very self-confident. And something comes along with self-confidence, usually very close if you slip too much to the left, is arrogance.
So you have to calm down.
So by the time, it's not because the woman is successful, no. If she comes with the baggage of arrogance and self-confidence. So a man says, oh, let's do this, because she's self-confident, say, you know what, you go do it, I want to do what I want. It's not going to work. It's not because she's successful.
I know some super good girls that are like subservient and all, and the men just, and it's not a rare instance. There are actually cases where
like they walk over
take advantage of them. It's almost like they don't see them as a challenge.
It's, like I said, it's a very delicate, like the example you gave of the person you knew, the man was on the other extreme. You are talking about women. Let's talk about things that are, these are extremities, and you know, with any normal distribution, there is a part where things are normal, and there's a part where things are extreme, and they are not normal. These are not normal circumstances. So if you're talking about the normal circumstance, if you balance it properly, you're not too much of this and not too much of that. You know when to squeeze, when not to squeeze. You'd find that men are very much like children. You treat them like children. Not that they are childish, but the same way you pace a child, you set the boundaries, he walks within the boundaries. And like I tell my friends who are either about to get married or just married, the male ones, I tell them, the sooner you accept that going into marriage is one chance, the better for you. You enter marriage, you've entered one chance. And when you enter one chance, what usually happens? You struggle, you try to fight it and all that. Don't bother, just submit. Just say, you know what, you've won, whatever it is, and then things start to work out.
Wow.
So, did you like what you just saw? I know you did. It's very simple. If you want to see more, just subscribe to our channel right now.